Hello and welcome to Three Cups Tarot, readings to uplift the collective, and we're doing an outlook for the week ahead with three readings that you can pick from to significate your week for the upcoming week whenever you find this. So reading one says, just because you feel like trash doesn't mean you are trash, with a pink unicorn. Reading 2 says, you've been doing a great job considering all you've been up against, with a multicolor meerkat type animal. And reading 3 says, today is a brand new day and you are a brand new you. Good luck, with a small white and peach colored bird. So take a moment and see which animals, expressions, energies, words, colors are drawing you to the reading. It may be more than one reading, and that's okay. That means you have more than one message. I will link the three readings in the timestamp so you can jump right to your reading, and I will see you there ahead. Hi, reading one. So you were drawn to this card with the pink unicorn, which says, just because you feel like trash doesn't mean you are trash. So I can see right away this week you're probably continuing some negative feelings, maybe some negative self-talk or self-image from the previous week that is kind of continuing into this week. And your main message is encouraging you to separate feelings from beliefs about yourself in particular, and not to kind of equate them to one another. So even if you feel a certain identifier a certain way, maybe if you feel not your best self, or not as attractive as you want to be, or maybe you don't feel as happy as you think you should be. Maybe you literally feel like trash. It doesn't mean that it's real. It doesn't mean that you are trash, or that you are a certain type of personality or a certain type of person in the core of who you are. They're just feelings about yourself. And that's really your main message for this week, is to remember that feelings aren't necessarily the truth, especially when it comes to feelings about yourself. So let's get some tarot cards to continue this message. What can our reading one be guided by this week, as they can be gentle with the way they talk to themselves, the way they regard themselves, their self-worth, their self-value this week. Okay, so you're getting what is this? The Four of Pentacles in reverse, Judgment card, and the Page of Wands. I get the message that you have been a little strict with yourself regarding resources and finances, and maybe you've been holding yourself back from pursuing something that you're very curious and excited about. Because you're using your better judgment. You are making the practical choice. There's something interesting in that, in which like your vision of yourself gets mixed up, and it's like it becomes part of your equation of self-worth, that you're waiting until you feel worth the investment. And your message here is that all of that depends on you. The moment that you feel that you're worth the investment doesn't depend on any external achievement, external factors. It all depends on you and your inner self-worth. And when you decide, thinking of this golden cat as the inner self, when you decide to give yourself the key to that higher power, that higher pursuit, that higher knowledge, attaining that feather that you have your eye on. So in a way, it's just that simple message of you giving yourself permission to go for what you want. And the thing that's blocking you the most is you are telling yourself that you don't deserve it yet. And it's like you're waiting for that moment when you do deserve it. But your message is clearly that that moment's never going to come until you yourself decide that actually you are deserving of it now. And you make that investment in yourself. You give yourself that reward rather than holding it back, restraining it from yourself. Yeah, so that is your opening message. Let's hear some advice. Some advice for our reading 1. Serenity. So any way that you can get into like a high vibe state day by day, start small, give yourself a lavender bubble bath, use some essential oils, create like a peaceful environment for yourself. That's the first act of love that you can give to yourself, to signal to yourself that you're worth it. You're worth these investments. You're worth taking care of. So any way that you can think to do that for yourself, and the first thing that comes to mind is perfectly fine. It can be a simple thing. It could be like getting organic coffee for your morning coffee. You're say like you're saving money by making your own coffee, and you're still saving a lot of money if you get organic coffee and make it at home compared to going out to a cafe every day. But the point is, it gives you that piece of serenity, that kind of self-care that helps put you into a higher vibration, so that you're able to loosen the restrictions on yourself. And remember, this is all in service of feeling like you're worth the reward that you've been holding back for yourself, and worth the pursuit of something that has sparked your curiosity. I feel like it's a pursuit that has no defined practical benefit to it, and that's why you've been waiting for the moment to allow yourself to be like frivolous and pursue it. But yeah, again, that all kind of just comes down to you and when you decide that is. I want to get a self-love card. I feel like that's pretty appropriate right now. Ooh, this one just flipped over. With every breath I take, I'm getting healthier and healthier. So that's also a signal in building your serenity to try breath work. That's really going to help you and help kind of nourish your brain as much as your lungs and all like the oxygenation that your body needs. But it has like a spiritual connection too when you get into the rhythm of that breath. So if you take time for doing breath work, that's going to help achieve that high vibration through serenity for yourself. So these are all just pieces of like everyday practices you can put together to improve your self-image, your self-worth, so that you do start allowing yourself to be a little playful with how you approach your next steps in life. And I feel like that's going to be so important for so many reasons, because it's going to expand your horizons. There's actually like practical outcomes to pursuing those playful things that you're being drawn to. They're not as frivolous as they appear. There's some way that it becomes practical and useful in the end, but you enjoy it as well. So like practicality doesn't always have to be miserable. You can enjoy it too. And I feel like that's in your future as you put these steps together. So that's really key for you in the week ahead, and that's what I have for your message. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes, and I hope to see you next week. Hi, reading 2. You were drawn to this card. You've been doing a great job considering all you've been up against. And I love that this meerkat is like standing tall in the face of everything that they've been up against. I feel like this is very much you. So your guides are definitely sending you a thumbs up, a pat on the back, reassurance that you have been doing a great job considering everything you've been up against. And don't forget that you're up against a lot, and so don't compare your situation to anyone else. Your challenges are unique to you, and you've been doing excellent. So for your tarot cards, you're getting the 7 of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. The 7 of Wands in reverse, the first thing I'm feeling is that you can let go. You can let your guard down a bit now. I feel like you've hit some sort of milestone where you don't have to be so vigilant. You can take a break from your post. Things are going to be running just fine when you do. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Hermit in reverse. I'm actually feeling both of these are similar messages of just like take a break. You've been on this soul path, the soul discovery path. You've been making slow, methodical progress, hitting one milestone after the next, keeping momentum, keeping pace. And it might have felt slow going, but you really are starting to see that you're making progress. And you really can take a break right now. You really can take a pause because you've been doing a great job. If you feel like you're behind on whatever this is that intuitively you're feeling this is about, you're not at all. You're right on track. What's some more advice for our reading 2 as they're taking a pause on their spiritual journey? This pause is going to refresh you. It's going to renew your motivation to keep going. I think your guides are trying to remind you that don't forget that rest and breaks are so important to the process, to making progress along the way. And don't discount that. Don't discount how powerful they can be. So if you are considering taking a break this week, do it this week. Whatever that break looks like, even if it's just going to the park where you would have like denied yourself that before. It's sunset right now as I'm recording this, so maybe like taking a walk in the park at sunset is coming through. Things like that are going to refresh and restore you. You're also getting the moment I start to change, the moment I am willing to bring good into my life, the universe responds in kind. Interesting. Yeah, so I really feel like this shift in how you approach this thing that you're in pursuit of, you've been using the 7 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles energy, and that's been great. It's been achieving a lot. You've been making progress. You've been keeping vigilant. You've been keeping kind of disciplined in how you go about working towards this goal. But now you're being called to shift and almost like attract the goal towards you, or to move toward it in a softer way. Almost like enjoying the journey as you go along, because you've really hit a point where there's no going back, and there's no fear or there's no threat of you going off track. So why not just go with the flow at this point? It's like a river and you're going like downstream. You're not against any current. So it's almost more productive to kind of like stop rowing and just let the river do the work. And it's like as soon as you do that, the universe responds in kind with letting other things flow towards you along that same current. It's a little bit like mysterious, but it's more of an energetic reading. Let me quickly open this. I think the camera's having trouble. The sunset come in. Okay. Yeah, and the flow working with you is really the big shift that's happening right now. As long as you are the one to put your oar in the boat and allow the flow to be the dominant force in how you go forward with this thing that you're working towards. Yeah, that's your message for the week. And short and sweet and to the point. I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes. And I hope to see you next week for another message. Hi, Reading 3. This is your reading for the week ahead whenever you find this. And you were drawn to the card, today is a brand new day and you are a brand new you. Good luck. I love that it ends with good luck because it just makes me feel like there's a surprise for you this week. You're going to be successful in some kind of exam or interview. So you're going to pass some kind of test. But you're also going to be like very lucky in the sense that you're in the right place at the right time for something to come together. It's like your guides are very excited that there's a surprise that they've prepared around the corner for you. So your tarot cards are the Two of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a relationship reading. If you have been on the dating apps or meeting people, trying new things to make a connection, all your hard work is going to start paying off. Yeah, I very much see the Seven of Pentacles as you kind of doing the work, you know, showing up for yourself, being there for yourself first, especially with the Ace of Cups, giving yourself love. It's to the point that you're able to fill your own cup and let it overflow to others who are available to do likewise with you. With the Two of Cups in reverse, I see that this hasn't come together yet. You haven't quite intermingled your tails yet. But I really feel like there's a surprise this week to do with that. And it's interesting, you are a brand new you, and that's kind of bringing back to the idea of like doing the work, giving yourself the love. Your dating future is not like your dating history, because you're essentially like a different person now. I mean, you're still you, but you know, whatever work you've done, that work is done. So that's great. That's a great sign. That's a great, I'm sure for most people who have been on this path, it feels about time. So let's get some more advice for our reading 3. Ooh, power. You really stepped into your power over yourself, I feel. And you have like a confidence now that is powerful as you're going out there and dating, and that's super attractive to the person that you're connecting with. Don't go back to your old ways. Your power, your confidence is super attractive to your future partner. I support myself in making the right choices for me. So just remember as you go through dating and it's landing on the Ace of Cups that this is for you and no one else. Selecting a partner, deciding to get into a relationship and what kind of relationship you get into is all about making the right choices for yourself. Let society fall to the side for this. Let family members and friends' opinions fall to the side, and just listen to your inner voice, your power that you've rediscovered. Because I feel like you might be clairaudient and you connect very strongly with your inner guidance through words or songs. um, Let that voice come through and be your support as you make these decisions, because they haven't steered you wrong yet. They're not going to steer you wrong in this. Yep, and that's your beautiful message for the week ahead. You have a connection coming through. You have a lot of luck on your side, and stay in your confidence, because this is on a soul level how your person finds you. And I wish you the best with that. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes. And I hope to see you next week for another message.